I'm covering her for modesty. And when she turns over, I have 2 separate towels for modesty when she turns. Pull this up and pull this off to the side. And when hands off, you don't mean I can't touch it?
No, you can. You're allowed.
Oh, I'm allowed. Okay. What you do and what you feel is 2 different things. Okay. And when they do this part, I usually will let them wear shorts, because that's during the 2nd week, and they still haven't got comfortable around each other. So allow them to wear shorts.
Yeah.
Okay, just a couple of drops of essential oil. And I'm just going to pat it on. I'm not going to rub it in. Okay, this first movement is 1.5 strokes. Use your palmar pad. Start at the ankle, go up to the knee, and then this hand starts, and you go up and then in. Back down. You can do it 4 or 6 times. And then the next one is going to be the palmar pad. You're going to lift their foot, relax your leg.
Sorry.
I gotcha. And only lift it maybe 3-4 inches off the table. You don't want to lift it way up and make them do exercises. Again, palmar pad, only up to the knee, and gently slide back on the inside of the leg.
Mm-hmm.
Thumb slide, you go to the foot of the bed, line your thumbs up together on the back of the calf, all the way up to the knee, and gently out on both sides of the leg coming back. Okay, now make the river move. Line your fingers up as if you're playing on the piano. And you should be able to see the indentation as you move your fingers up to the knee and then back down. Do this in about 4 to 6 times. And then that last time you do this left hand goes all the way up to the lymph node on the inside of the thigh.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do number 2 again. And then number 1. We broke it up, now we need to drain. Same thing on the other leg now, okay? And this time we go in. And I stay on one side of the bed instead of walking around, because then I have to think about it, which way am I going? That makes my head hurt. been picking again.
I have.
You want to make them feel comfortable, but you need this pulled down far enough that you can reach what you need to do. Okay, so I'm going to find the different zones on her back. 1 is stress and tension, 2 is respiration lung, 3 is respiration lung and the spleen, 4 is your wine and dine, 5 is elimination, 6 reproductive, and 7 is excretion. It's on the page right there. Yeah. Okay, so the first movement that we're going to do is a figure 8. Middle finger over index fingers on both sides. Stand back by their buttocks. All the way up on both sides of their spine. Out, cross over, and back. And you do this 4 to 6 times. Okay, now it's press and release. One side of her spine. Press, release. Move down about 1/4 of an inch. Press, release. Again. You're going to work it all the way down to her waistline. I'm breaking up any toxins that's around her spine. Is that temperature, pressure okay?
Mm-hmm.
Come up and do the other side. Okay, now take away, bring 2. Same movement that we just did instead of press, release. Press, take away, bring 2. Take away, bring 2. And you're only moving down no more than 1/2 an inch at a time.
Sorry.
You're okay. So press, take away, bring 2. Take away, bring 2. Take away. Other side. Double heat, again with your middle finger over your index. You start in zone 3, so 1, 2, 3, right here. Up on both sides and out around. single heat, starting in zone 3 again, and it's just one side at a time, using all of your fingers. And I'm draining it out to her underarm. Other side here. Okay, corkscrew and pyramid, zone 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my right hand is going to stay on zone 5, and my left hand is going to do the corkscrew pyramid, middle finger over the index, right along one side of the spine, up, and like little pumping circles along the spine of this side of the spine, and out and around. Other side of the spine. Okay, now we're going to hover just across the back. You're feeling for any coldness or warmth, so I'm just going to hold my hand between a 1/2 inch and 1 inch away from her back. I don't feel much. You're a little cooler up here. You're not so stressed?
No, I am.
You are? Yeah, it's a little cooler there than... A lot of times you'll feel heat in this area, especially if they've just ate. Or if they're congested, you're going to feel it up in this area, the heat. Once you get down in this area, they may have to go to the bathroom, and it'll feel warm.
Interesting.
Okay, now we're going to loosen zones 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the area that I'm going to be working on. You cross your thumbs, starting on one side of the spine. You're going to kind of pull out and then get underneath of that skin and push and go down to the side. We're breaking up toxins on the side of her spine, all the way down the side here. Sometimes you may have a little hard time getting to push that skin up, but you don't want to pinch them. And again, you do this one 3 to 4 times. Okay, now we're gonna line them up and move them out. Line them up, move it out. So we're draining everything that we just loosened up. Okay, now we're going to do the fan. This is the double fan, and you're down here, and you go out on both sides. And now the T-bar. This one, you can actually tell if they're constipated or not. Thumbs on both sides of the spine, slide up to their waistline and then pull across. And if this area turns green when you do that, they're probably constipated. And she seems to be fine.
Way to go.
And now the single fan, so it's just one side down here at a time. Okay, don't turn your head face down. Okay, so now I'm going to just massage your neck a little bit. Pressure okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to find her pressure points 1 and 5 right behind the ears and press release. And then 2 and 4, I'm going to do the same thing, press release. And then 5 is right in the middle. Okay, so we're done with the back. I'm going to go ahead and hook her together and let her turn over. And if you're in a room by yourself, you would be holding this towel between you and her so she has privacy to turn over. If you're in a group of people, then you can turn it here so not everybody else sees her.
Mm-hmm.
And she has her gown on, so she's pretty good. And I wish I could turn over on the table like that. Okay. And I have these towels
Okay, yeah.
for there and for down below if you need it. Or you can just pull that all the way down if you want.
The other works.
Okay. I'm gonna change gloves. Let's pull this back up though,
Okay.
because we're gonna do your face first.
All right.
Because now that I've worked on her body, I don't want to use the same gloves as I'm working on her face with.
So now I have to move my bangs.
And you could do a few manipulations of the reflexology at this point too, before you start on the face,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have to. And you don't want anything on your face, do you?
No.
Okay. So first I'm going to break up any congestion that she may have on her forehead. Press right between between her eyebrows, press, release. Work your way up to the hairline. Is that pressure okay?
Mm-hmm.
This really helps if somebody is really congested from a cold.
What sinus, right?
Mm-hmm. And you can even incorporate this into a facial if
Mm-hmm.
they're having problems breathing. Now that we've broken it up, I want to drain. And you can do both hands at the same time, it doesn't matter. I like to alternate.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is slide and press. You're going to go across the brow bone with a little bit of pressure out to the temples and slide down to the earlobes. Right above the brow line, you're going to work your way up to the forehead again. You don't have a scar on your forehead, do you?
Mm-mm.
Must just be the way I was rubbing it in the makeup. Is that mine? Okay, palmar pads again. I'm going to drain this area. So all the way down to the earlobes. Middle finger over index, under the cheekbones, out to the earlobes, and over the cheekbones, out to the earlobes. This one do very carefully, especially if they have lash extensions in. Now the jaw pulls the same as we do in our European. Jaw pulls and massage the earlobes. I'm going to combine the jaw pulls with my palmar pad for draining the forehead.
Sorry.
Am I moving your ear?
A little bit. It's okay.
Okay, now this next one is the drain scoop. Cup your hands down by their shoulders. Can I have you lift this underneath of your head a little bit more there? Okay, cup your hands, slide up the side of their neck, gently pull on their skull, fingers to the back, touching down their spine, out on their shoulders, press towards their feet. 1, 2, 3. On top, towards the floor. 1, 2, 3. Did you feel that open that up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it one more time. Cup it, pull, gently stretch, fingers together in the back, down the spine, out on the shoulders, press towards their feet. 1, 2, 3. On their shoulders, down to the floor. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to do our upper clavicle, middle finger over the index again, under the clavicle bone, out to the armpits, over the clavicle bone, out to the armpits. Under, over. Okay, now we get to do the tummy. Your favorite part.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there we go. Good. Okay. Ascend transverse. This one, we do a circle and we always go clockwise around on the stomach. So out and around, and then this right across the belly button is a backwards movement. So out and around, back. Do you want to centralize on your tummy?
That's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
This is emptying it. Okay, number 2 is the suction cup. I still, after 19 years, have not figured out what this does. All it is you cup your hand over top of their belly button and pull. That's it. It gives them a funny feeling. Okay, so Hoover hose, find their rib cage, mark it with your left hand, follow it up to the sternum, mark it again, over to the other side, mark it, down to the rib cage, mark it, find their hip bone and mark that, and now I'm going to follow that hip bone down and her rib cage up. Okay, so find the rib cage, mark it, slide up, find the rib cage at her sternum, mark it, other side, mark, into the rib cage there, hip bone, and pull.
And do you do that on the other side as well?
No, just this one side. You can actually stop, make somebody constipated if you do it on the other side. So if you don't like them, I guess. Okay, the airplane. Here we're going out and down, both hands. Okay, rotor-rooter. We can forget about finding her rib cage. We just need to find it over here, mark it, find her hip bone. And instead of just sliding back like we did, now we're going to moonwalk back. Sorry, it wants to keep coming up.
I know.
So here, and then we just go back. That gives a funny sensation too, doesn't it? And then we do the fan, which is the same as number 1, circle and back. Single T-bar, we're only going to go here, one side. Now the T-bar here for draining, you have to have your posture right for this. You're gonna lean on your left leg, back leg is straight. Grab a hold here, and as you pull back, your right leg bends and your left leg is straight now. Because if you do it too while you're just standing stiff, you can injure your back. Okay, now the air in the bottle. I'm gonna cover her back up, part way. You ready? Okay, you're gonna have to move your hands. I wanna find below her sternum. I don't wanna be pressing on it. One hand on top of the other. Take a deep breath, hold it for the count of 10, and when I say exhale, let your air out. Okay, take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let it go. That was good. You can feel the excess air coming out. Okay, that's your aromatherapy.
Ooh.
And you got a signature for it.